King Kong had been released, and it was like...
Previously on the $10,000 drag shootout.
I'll be the first to say it. We f***ed up. We broke it. Could not get the car to spool at all.
I think as long as we focus and do what we do, we're going to have no problem.
Well, it's not what you want to see.
To me, about luck, I do not believe it. Pure will, determination, and hard work. I mean, you got to fight for it. We pull off the impossible for this build.
Good.
Win the motherfucking race! It's sweet. It's sweet. 2 days from now, we'll be smoking more of these, and it'll be even sweeter.
They might have a car that runs, but I don't know if they have a car that's going to be able to race.
Do not make any mistake. Nothing is set in stone. Just because the cars run doesn't mean they're going to be fast.
Going racing tomorrow. We're gonna be there. So we'll see y'all there.
What would you do if I gave you $10,000 to build the quickest drag car possible in only 10 days? 4 teams, 1 race, 1 winner.
I may be out of my element, but he's out of his league.
If you're going to play the game, you got to play chess, not checkers.
Man, that looks cheated up to me.
Win the motherfucking race!
That's not going to work.
Bank's still open. You just might not want to go through that drive-thru.
That thing sounded like a weak.
The 4 teams will compete on an 1/8 mile of no-prep track. They get a number of qualifying runs in the course of just 2 days to gather as much data as possible. Once they go into eliminations, 4 cars go in and only 2 come out. The final round is first to the finish line to win $10,000 and keep their car. The 3 other teams walk away with nothing.
Just excited and ready to go. I'm not really nervous till I'm getting strapped in and I'm by myself in the car, and then it starts to get to me a little bit, but it's just nervous excitement more than nervousness.
I mean, I've made thousands of runs down the racetrack, and I'm nervous every time we show up.
It's been pretty hectic getting ready for today, and still having some issues today, but I think we're gonna get it sorted out.
Data is key to winning a race that's a no-prep race. And here you only get 5 hits. That seems like a lot, but that's not. That's nothing on a new setup. So it takes a lot to figure out what a chassis wants. So that's the main thing for me. I just want to get as many hits as possible. So I'd love to just take this thing out on the street and make some rips.
Now it's just a power management thing. We're gonna take and put some power in it, see what the track can take. Like I said, you don't need the most horsepower to win this race. You just gotta out-tune it. You know what I mean? You gotta just make sure you can get down the track the fastest. That's pretty much all you gotta do.
Street K.
This is all they let me do the whole time I was here, so I better get it right.
You're supposed to check what it says on the door jamb, right?
3 out of 4 of us are ready. They're trying to find some brake fittings so they can make it out there. Hopefully they can get it ready by Q3.
these guys, man, they've been through a lot. As a team, we've been through a lot, you know, coming into this last minute, things happening, parts not showing up on time, parts we do have, having to fix issues with the harness. We got a cam sensor that's bad. Everything that can happen has happened.
I'm so excited that, like, whenever we're going into like the very first pass, it's a different energy. Like, I feel really good. I'm anxious, like have anxiety going on, but I'm more excited than anxious because you can hear the cars firing up behind us. We're going into first round of Q1. They're all singles. It looks like Mac's running first.
First runs, for me, the main thing is to make it hook and make it not do a wheelie. Those are the two biggest issues we're going to have.
Once it leaves, we'll see, you know, the data and see how it looks after the pass, but I'm rooting for them for sure. I want everybody to make good passes. I want this to be a competition.
When I was in the burnout box, I was rolling out and it hit boost cut, so I already knew as soon as I left the trans brake it was probably getting boost cut, but I just was happy it made boost. It bumped way through and I was like, I'm not gonna back up and the truck would be hot and all that. So I was like, I'll just see if it'll go. And I let it go and it hooked really well. And then like half a second in, hit boost cut. So I was like,
They're not gonna get much data from that. Unfortunately, the bump box was too aggressive. Went right through the beams. And
Yeah. We get a little data from it, hopefully.
We got what we think will go down in it right now.
Out in front with their Mustang, coming up next.
Q1, we just wanted to go down on wastegates just to make sure all the brakes are working, everything's functional with the car, just make sure everything was working and I could stop the car.
All right, so out in front just went 686 at 105 mile per hour. Not too shabby, definitely making some power, especially at this heat. 686 is definitely not gonna win it, but they got data and it's a starting point.
Now we're gonna put a little more power to it and see what it does.
Said anybody that knows us knows rolling burnouts is our thing.
This is a big deal, Q1. You wanna make as many qualifying hits as you can, and Q1's a big deal. First time down the track ever with a brand new car, brand new driver in the car. That's a totally different deal. Sounded really good, nice and clean, no hiccups, no popping, banging, nothing. I think we could see a good pass right here, first one. Check it out.
Thought everything was good when I staged it, but when I let off the button, it was like a, you know, like a nitrous car or somebody left the nitrous off.
I don't think it was missing any cylinders on the way down, maybe, but definitely need to figure that out. It just develops this random misfire, and it sounds like it's running on 4 cylinders instead of 8, dragging the whole motor down, so that's not good.
We're not 100% certain. It's got to do with the ignition and boost controllers just not communicating with each other. Felt like it wasn't making any boost, and then it laid over. When it laid over, I just coasted the rest of the way, and then they tried to stop me for a photo at the end, and when I slowed down that much, it just shut off on me.
So based on Q1, we had 3 of 4 participate in Q1. The S10 rolls in, really turns into just a data run for those guys. The S10 rolls in, bumps through the beam, so they're officially DQ'd from Q1, so they're not included in the race yet. Homegrown, the Elko made a run, nothing fancy, just got down through there. Marcus actually put just a touch bit of power in it, went down through there. I think we'll see Marcus and them step their program up. No Firebird again, they're gonna skip Q2. At some point, all they have to do is take the tree and they are officially qualified for the race.
A very successful burnout. It carried the tires. Right. You can look back. It actually packed them for a second. Much more progress. That's a lot better than rolling through the beams and not getting crap. Oh, it just dumped water everywhere. Everybody clear off the track. They got a truck coming through. So we just confirmed it's the same, water's coming from the same spot it was before, so.
It sucks.
Alright, I'm calling Brett.
We'll fix it.
Huh?
We'll fix it.
They're gonna be thrashing on this tonight. And that's the sound of the soul of an engine exiting the body.
That's Carl, bro. What did you expect? We fired him, they hired him, thought it was a good idea, and clearly it backfired in their face. So they thought they were doing a little sneak, hiring him on the low, and didn't really work out, did it? She got about 60 foot out. It was on a mission until that Carl sauce came in.
We left the dyno thinking we were gonna come out here and kick everybody's ass, and all we did was make a mess.
KP tuning for the win, boys.
If we can't put something together overnight, then I don't know.
Up very last for qualifier number 2 is out in front. It picked up a mile per hour, but ET's definitely lower. So it went 692 at 106. So it picked up a little mile per hour, which, you know, a mile per hour ain't nothing big, but man, he was driving the wheels off that car.
He's gonna get there one way or another. He's gonna drive the wheels off of it, that's for sure.
I looked at that center line, I said, I looked at the wall, I said, I kissed that motherfucker, I don't give a fuck about that.
teams have work to do, but Homegrown has a lot of work to do. Time is not on their side, and it all depends on how catastrophic that damage is. Probably gonna have to replace the cylinder head. There's no way they can't, because they blew it up on the dyno, welded it, and it didn't even make any kind of pass here at the track. So obviously the repair is not gonna work. They gotta replace something. And I don't know if they have the repair budget to do it.
Each team gets a $1,500 repair budget, but once you use it all, any last-minute repairs could put you out of the race.
So apparently Homegrown's engine is damaged worse than we thought. It's not just heads, they just got it apart. Apparently there's some block damage, some pretty severe block damage. This thing's missing pieces, bud. Holy crikey. That's your cylinder wall, bud.
That's for extra airflow.
That motor's junk. I can't believe that. It busted that block like it was nothing. The cylinder walls are missing. They're freaking gone.
One whole side is basically gone. The block is shot. The pistons look good in the block. We haven't taken anything out of the bottom end yet to really look at them, but actually a couple of them look like they may have been twisted in the cylinder. So it's probably not good. Not good underneath there either.
It really, they could be done. Homegrown could be out. They could be out of the competition. Find another block and build a whole new motor in overnight. It's pretty unlikely. So really big news, we're going into the last qualifying round today or tonight, and Villain Squad is talking about trying to trip the beams. Possibly, you know, get it up there and just so they can make the qualifying ladder. Mac with the S10 is gonna run again, and out in front with the Mustang is gonna run again, but Homegrown, their engine's too catastrophically broken to make it this round.
What do you want it at? 25!
Not quite fast as we wanted to go, but we'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah! Working on it. Check the regulator. I know it's on, but I ain't feeling any gas.
We just take it little by little every step of the way. We'll just do it by ourselves. It's easy.
This is gonna get interesting because it looks like Villain Squad's trying to make it up for the last round of qualifying tonight, but the problem is they missed it.
You missed your qual. You were first out at 7.
Nobody told me.
Yeah, I was standing right here. You said no.
When?
Right here, when I stood right here. I walked over here and asked, I said, 7 o'clock, are you guys ready? Are you guys gonna make the run?
No,
and you said no. Right here.
Bullshit,
you guys have to be out first.
No. All I was gonna do was break the light. Come on, man.
9:30 in the morning. If you're gonna break the beams, you can break them at 9:30 in the morning. Also, you can spend this evening here till we get dark to look over the tune-up and be ready to make a run.
No way.
That's the way it's been all day. Q1, Q2, Q3.
Ain't nobody told me that.
I did. I walked right there. Let's just go break the beams in the street.
I'll make a hit.
Right, you can go down and return road.
Make a hit.
Drive it.
Gio and his team are really pissed. They didn't make the round of qualifying. It's bad decision, dude.
I mean, that's
trying to make
barely
it
thrown together with zip screws and hopes and prayers. I mean, they just literally gonna break the beam. They're gonna try to make a pack.
No, so they were gonna try and break the beam, but now they're gonna go to the return road and make a hit. That's what he says, and he took his jacket off and everything. He's like, oh, don't need this, don't need this.
It's either of them matter. Breaking the beams gets you nothing, and making a pass or some dipshit stuff that doesn't do anything on the surface. So what's the point other than trying to crash up a car that you barely got to hold together?
I don't know. Villain Squad just stole their car. It's actually technically not their car. The production currently has the pink slip. So they just took an unregistered race car on a public road. Dude, there's like traffic. This is super dangerous. This year is out of control.
So you weren't ready, you missed the qualifier, you're out. We'll see you tomorrow. There's 2 more qualifiers left. So then they get really upset, emotions get a hold of them. They said, we're gonna make a run anyway. We're not down the racetrack. So then they decide to go out on the main highway and make a couple rips. They're unregistered, they're untitled. It's not their cars. It's Horsepower Wars cars. You're here to win it. And I have no choice but to disqualify.
We pretty much got a little bit frustrated, I will say that.
Just stuck to it and just kept pushing.
We had the fastest car already. We have a tune-up in it that's pretty damn safe, and we have the best driver out there.
I knew I could not slouch. Actually, he had me by like a couple hundredths on the tree.
We didn't know what we was getting ourselves into, you know, having all the, things against us.
We just kind of like too little too late.